What's going on? It's your boy Sermon, at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Welcome to the month of September, the 9th month of the year. Before you know it, it'll be December and all the year best of albums lists will be running wild. But for now, we're going to count down 4 of my most anticipated albums for September 2016. Getting right into it, Isaiah Rashad, The Sun's Tirade. It drops September 2nd, and it's the first project from Isaiah in over 2 years. His debut album, Sylvia Demo, was very well critically acclaimed. Everybody seemed to love that project, and I still talk to people who bump that on a daily basis. And for many, it seemed like Zay was kind of stuck behind the TDE system. You know, TDE doesn't have a really great track record on putting out things in a timely fashion. But recently, Zay was on Juan Epstein, and he did an interview which was very revealing. He talks about how he got addicted to Xanax and became an alcoholic, and how he almost got dropped from TDE 3 times, and how it really it could have ended his life, let alone his career. So it was very revealing to hear about that. And then you think, I don't know, you just think, you don't look at Isaiah Rashad as someone like that. You listen to the music, you don't think of someone, but he talks about how he got addicted during the Oxymoron tour. And it's good to see that he was able to overcome that and become a stronger person because of it. And I hope some of that is kind of reflected in the music. The track listing for The Sun's Tirade came out today, and it has Kendrick Lamar, J-Rock, SZA, you know, the usual TDE cast, and then there's a bunch of producers. Some of them you'll be familiar with, like DK the Punisher, and of course Mike Will made it. But other times you'll see these names and you're like, I've never heard of these people. And I think that's cool because Zay is someone who has his own sound. He has his own lane. So I'm glad to see him continuing to work with producers that are unknown, because that could help them, you know, get more exposure. Seeing their beats all over the place and having just a really dope beat can open up the doors for them. So I'm excited to hear what Isaiah Rashad has to say on The Sun's Tirade. September 2nd is when it drops. Jumping ahead a couple weeks, you got Mac Miller's The Divine Feminine. I really don't know what else to say about Mac Miller, because I've talked about the track listing in a separate video. I talked about the first single featuring Anderson .Paak. So I don't know really what else to say about it without hearing the actual music. It's a story about the stages of love. It's 10 songs long. It has Kendrick, it has CeeLo, and a bunch of other people, including Ariana Grande. So I'm just really excited because Mac Miller has been one of my favorite artists for years now. He's probably in the top 10. And I love that he's consistent in the sense that he doesn't have to drop project every 2-3 months. He drops one a year pretty much every year since he's been like on in the industry. He hasn't missed a year. He'll tour, he'll drop loose singles, he'll produce for other people, he'll introduce his alter egos and put out music through them. So he's one of the most consistent and one of the most improved artists. And I love that he's continuing to push that artistry with his upcoming album, The Divine Feminine, and that drops September 16th. Next up on the list is Dolla Sign's Campaign. This was originally a mixtape that was scheduled earlier in the summer, but Atlantic naturally stepped in and said, hey, why are you going to give this away for free? Let's put it on iTunes, let's put it on Apple Music, let's get these streams, let's get these sales. So September 23rd is when that comes out. We haven't seen the full track list with features. We have all the names for all the tracks, but aside from that, a lot of the guest features are being withheld. And for good reason, you know, build up the hype in the coming weeks. But Ty has talked about how there's a bunch of people on here, so I'm interested to see who is on here, who made the final cut, what everything sounds like. I gotta say, I was very disappointed in his debut album, Free TC, but that's not stopping me from being a fan. I loved the Beach House Dolla Sign. I know he's working on Beach House 3. I'm excited for that one. Probably even more than Campaign, but I'm going to give Campaign a chance. I don't think I really listened to any of the singles, only because, like I've said in countless videos, I'm more of an album person. If I know this song is the first single off your album, I'm going to avoid it as much as possible. I might listen once, but I'm not going to overplay it, so where I listen to the album and it just immediately sticks out. I want to listen to it once, come back to it a couple months when the album comes out, and it sounds good together. So Dolla Sign's Campaign, September 23rd. And the final album for September that is confirmed is Danny Brown's Atrocity Exhibition. There are very few artists that can do what Danny Brown has done. He has stayed off the grid for a long time. He hasn't put out too much music since his 2013 album Old, and I like that album a little bit. I want to say that I'm not a big fan of Danny Brown's, like, his voice. I liked Old because it had a mesh of like his regular sounding voice and that other voice that he does on most occasions. But I respect Danny Brown as an artist, and I'm definitely willing to give him the shot when it comes to his upcoming albums. His album has a record with Kendrick Lamar, Absol, and Earl Sweatshirt, and that looks like it could be a really good one. It's called Really Though, and it's the fourth song on the album. The only other notable guest feature on the album is Be Real from Cyrus Hill. Other than that, Danny Brown has kept it pretty much to himself. One of the cool tidbits I heard about the album through an interview / article he did with Rolling Stone was that he paid $70,000 just to clear the samples. And he was talking about how most artists wouldn't do that, but he cares about creating like a memorable body of work versus just something that'll be here today and gone tomorrow. And I respect that out of Danny Brown. So Atrocity Exhibition is coming out September 30th. And this concludes the September 2016 edition of my most anticipated albums. You got Isaiah Rashad, The Sun's Tired on September 2nd. You got Mac Miller, The Divine Feminine on September 16th. You got Dolla Sign's Campaign, September 23rd. And rounding it out is Danny Brown's Atrocity Exhibition. So, let me know what you think about these 4 albums. And if I've missed any that have a confirmed date for September, not just any speculation, but ones that you're looking forward to, let me know in the comment section what they are and why you're looking forward to it. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at @SermonsDomain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.